This is how I felt going up and down the stairs of our newly purchased house in the United States, like a robot. It's a very difficult task, especially when you have lots of medical problems like me. However, we were quoted over $10,000 to paint our USA home, and the quote was based on square footage and on the height of the walls. On this basis, I decided that we are going to get some tools and we are going to paint the house ourselves, or 99% of the time me. In order to start doing that, clearly you have to clean the walls, and we got this microfiber feather dusting set from Amazon with 6 attachments and one 6-foot extender, which is great if you want to clean dust on the walls, on the ceiling, and also on the lamps. This is only the beginning, because you have to buy lots of other things if you are going to start painting. And due to the budget, I decided to get items with great value for money, like this Elmer's wood filler from Amazon, which were matching excellently the paint I also purchased from Amazon and Walmart. Kills 2 to start with, and afterwards Kills 3, which each came in a gallons, or 3.78 liters. And I also purchased this Dollar Tree 9 inches roller together with a sponge roller and the cheap tray. They were awful. So shortly I decided to buy from Amazon a proper 18 inches tray, a set of microfiber roller covers in 14 inches, extension pole in 12 feet, and tool revolver or paint brush extender, which is important if you want to reach those corners of your house where, say, the wall is maybe 6-7 meters long. The brushes were from Dollar Tree because I wanted to use different type of brushes for different purposes. Fortunately, the 12-feet extension pole matched not only the Amazon items, but the one from Dollar Tree. However, as I mentioned, I decided to continue only with the items from Amazon due to being better value for money. So the house was painted for some 20 years in a very funny looking orange brick color, so did not like it at all. So we decided to paint the whole house in white, and these are the first items I used from a Dollar Tree, plus that pole from Amazon and the Kills 3, which I purchased from both Amazon and Walmart, and the sanding sponge. I decided to apply one coat of Kills 2 on that wall in order to understand if it's going to work perfectly with our walls. Bear in mind, you are dealing with a complete novice, and we even purchased a very steady ladder, as you saw briefly there, because I didn't want to have any bad experiences. The sponge was used because I prefer to deal with these matters very fine rather than use a device. I don't care about my walls being like baby's bottoms, the way professional talk. I just wanted the job to be done and dusted. And on most of the walls I applied 6 to 7 layers of paint. And this is how the 14 inches microfiber roller works. And the tray, which I decided to even cover it in these bags in order to extend its lifetime. Fortunately, that bag can be removed, and the tray that Kills 3 paint dries beautifully. You can remove it so easy because it is based on latex. This is a bathroom wall, one of the 3 bathrooms we have. And this wall was covered in a mix of paint and this paper, which I tried different methods to remove it. One, watering it down delicately, and afterwards going with this scraper, and again I used some 6 or 7 layers of paint in the end, and it was a very good job. I was impressed with my skills. It's much better than paying at least $10,000 to somebody for painting your house in 2-3 days, maximum 1 week. $10,000 for 1 week is a lot of money. I mean, come on, these guys could be millionaires. This is the most difficult part, going on the stairs, and for this I used this extender pole with that tool revolver, and at the end I have attached that brush, which is brilliant. If you want to work on very tall walls, this is what you have to do. My method was to paint a wall at a time. Paint it 6-7 times. So paint once, get it dry. Paint the second time, get it dry. Paint it the third time. And this is the side of the house which was for during the Halloween, which that wall was done, and part of the entrance wall. And if you see those trees, they were showing a different project how I made the trees. I was very happy with those trees. However, only these walls were done, and I had to move on to the walls towards this window, the back window, which I had to work on. So first using that wood filler, and then started painting the corners. I found this advice online to actually start painting the corners or the edges, as you see here. However, I would recommend first going with the rollers on big areas and then start doing these edges. Why? Because hand cannot replicate what can be achieved with the microfiber. So first you start painting with a big microfiber roller, and afterwards in the end I would recommend to leave these corners because you apply a different kind of pressure. So this is how it looks as I was painting one wall at a time, and looking very good. And in the corner there, still seeing our items which were sent from the UK, still trying to find a place where to put them. Some of those boxes were actually used to put around the area where I was painting in order not to destroy the floors or the carpet. And this is how I moved all these flattened boxes here and there, trying to make sure that I will not destroy the walls. But even so, this Kills 3 paint is based on latex, so it's very easy to remove from the wooden floors. And here I am and going through the process. Look what I'm doing, how delicately I have to go on everything to ensure that I'm doing a proper job. Spraying is different, and if you are to buy a tool to spray your walls, you have to cover the rest of the house in sheets, because that spray is not only going to concentrate in one area, but is going to spray around. So that is why I chose not to buy a spraying device, but to paint using these massive rollers, and 14 inches was the best for me because I'm only 5'7" tall, so they're rather heavy for me, and if you are even shorter than me, it's going to be even more difficult. And however much I try to train in the gym when I'm healthier, still is very heavy, and I was sweating a lot. I lost so much weight. I always prefer to listen to the advices of non-professionals rather than those who advertise heavily certain items for certain companies, and is much better to follow the same thing as I did. This is a door. I painted only on one side with a nice design because our previous owner decided to paint some of the doors in white and other doors were left like this, so half, which is very, very strange. So I preferred for this bathroom door to make this design, and it's so easy. You just have to have that big design. I used Sherwin-Williams paint, and this is the final result. I use this paint also for the trims around the doors and windows. So I really like how my bathroom door looked like, which led to the makeup area. Is just gorgeous, and I love it. I hope as ever this influenced you in purchasing your items at a cheap price around, and to listen to the advice of non-professionals who will be more honest than those promoting different things on the social media. Thank you for watching.